Hello, guys. See if anybody jumps on. I was hoping going live later in the day might have more people come on. So I'm hoping a couple people will join if I could speak. Hello. Okay. Got one like and the person left. Okay, they're back. Oh, 2 people. Whoop whoop. Hey, Justice. Sorry, I'm kind of eating a little bit. Just want to see if anybody else joins. And I just got home from the vet with my mom. We had to take the dogs for a checkup, and it took like almost 2 hours. And because of COVID, you can't have more than one person inside. So I had to wait in the car for like an hour and a half. So finally home. But I didn't eat lunch, so. But I wanted to hop on the live. Okay, so there's 2 people watching. So who's the other person? Oh, I'm so jealous. I kind of wanted tacos tonight, but we couldn't keep the dogs in the car much longer. But I think my mom has spaghetti sauce, so I think we're just going to have spaghetti. Let me just ask her real quick if it's actual spaghetti and meatballs, because the last time my mom made spaghetti for dinner, it was just the tomato sauce. Like it was like the store-bought meat sauce. And for me, I need the spaghetti and meatballs. So I don't know about you, but just give me 2 seconds. Let me just ask her real quick, and we'll start doing my makeup. Okay, so my mom said it's actual spaghetti and meatballs, so that makes me feel better. Okay, so we're going to start doing my makeup. I'm going to do a full face of Colourpop today. And I have a few thoughts that I want to talk to you guys about Colourpop, because I know people are always saying like, Caitlin, why do you love Colourpop so much? But like we all have our favorite brands, and Colourpop just so happens to be mine. So I'm not gonna like make fun of people. I know it's all in good fun when like people poke fun at me about it, but at the same time, it's like, again, we all have our favorite brands. So, and I actually just got not 1, not 2, but 3 makeup orders in the mail today. But I'm not using any of those products until a couple of days from now, because I want to do like a first impressions on everything. So I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. The weather is supposed to get pretty bad later on. So I was at the vet with my mom for 2 hours, and now I'm going to be home for the rest of the night. And then I might do a live next week to like update you guys on a lot of stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't like Morphe, and a lot of people don't like Colourpop, and that's totally fine. We all have different makeup tastes. So just going to prime my eyes. I hope more people can join. But I was thinking about doing this as a video, but then I was like, why not just do it as a live? So first off, I just wanted to say that the Colourpop Lux Lip Oils, amazing. They are like my all-time favorite lip products from them, besides the regular Lux lipsticks and the Just a Tint lip balms. Those three are like my top 3 favorite lip products from them. Their regular lipsticks are amazing. Colourpop knows how to do lip products. They're really good at lip products. I don't love their glosses, but mostly every single regular lipstick formula that they've done has been amazing. Like, and I've tried other lip oils. I've tried multiple different kinds of lipsticks, and the Lux lipsticks are still my favorite everyday lipsticks. Now, I've tried a lot of different formulas, and MAC and Colourpop Lux lipsticks are still my favorite. Okay. You know what? I do want to do a full face of Colourpop today, though. The only things that I'm not using that are Colourpop are my base products, like my eye primer and my setting powder, and my loose powder, but pretty much everything else is going to be Colourpop. And I'm going to be using some of my favorite products from Colourpop, and then I'm going to be using some stuff that I don't love as much. So I'm excited to tell you guys like what my thoughts are of everything and what's really good that people don't talk about enough, and things that are too overhyped that are not as good. So, okay. No, I actually just got that in the mail though, but I'm going to do a full first impressions on that. I wanted to make this like a staples live of things that I use all the time and things that I love from the brand. So I'm going to be using my all-time favorite neutral palette, which is the Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. I actually haven't used this in a while, so I kind of wanted to use it today because I haven't really shown it any love in the past like few months. So this is my favorite like basic neutral palette. I think it has absolutely everything in here that I could possibly need. I could bring this traveling, and honestly, I wouldn't need anything else with me. It has a cooler tone side. It has these 3 beautiful shimmers. It has this brow bone matte highlight, and it has like these deepening shades. And these metallics in here are so pretty. So this was one of their, hold on one second. Got an important message. I'm here now. Sorry. Oh my God. The spice from those chips was a little bit much for me. Okay, so I'm going to do a pretty basic look today. Oh my God. Okay, so sorry. Let's just start by talking about what I want to talk about. And hopefully we'll be able to cover all the topics. Or I could do like a part 2 and do another Colourpop look. You guys let me know. But there are quite a few things I want to talk about the brand. So I'm just going to point to the shades as I use them. So I'm just going to start with this one right here. So the first thing is I notice that the only yeah, it is. It's actually not nice here, but it is pretty humid. So anyway, let me not get off topic already. Even though Justice, you're the only one that's here. Maybe I should just do my makeup. I don't know. I was hoping more people would be able to join. That's okay. Whatever. People can just rewatch it if they want to. So the first thing is that I noticed that I feel like they put more effort and more of a better effort in the packaging and the formula and everything like that only when they are launching a collab type of collection at this point. I feel like their basic collections are kind of losing touch, and mostly everything ends up either looking the same, it looks boring, or I just have no interest in it because I feel like they are duping themselves, and they're not really, because Colourpop has so much potential. Like, I think that's why people are so upset with the brand sometimes, is that they know that Colourpop can do killer products. They know Colourpop can do killer packaging. They know they have really good formulas. So if they would just concentrate on expanding the range in a certain product or coming out with more of a certain product, rather than releasing all of these collections that are like these 5-pan monochromatic eyeshadow palettes or these small quads, I think that they take a trend and basically kill it. And it's not like they don't know what the trend is. They are very trendy and keep up with the trends of makeup, but it's kind of overkill sometimes, especially with the quads. At this point, I feel like they've killed the trend already. Like, with the natural collection that came out a couple weeks ago, and now these astrology quads that came out, and then these 5-pans that came out for this millennium collection, which I did think that that collection was actually really cute, but I don't need it. So the thing is that I feel like with the Lizzie McGuire collection, the Powerpuff Girls collection, the Malibu Barbie collection, and this new Tinkerbell collection, I feel like it's the only time they really care about like the formula and the packaging and the whether the products are good or not. Because I feel like with the collabs, obviously, that's more pressure for Colourpop to make the products that the collaborator wants them to make. Like if they're making a collection with Disney, they have to do what Disney wants. It's not as much free range with the collabs as it is for their own launches. So I think that's why they put so much more effort into the collab launches, because they have to do what the collaborator wants them to do, like Animal Crossing, Lizzie McGuire, all the Disney collabs, etc. So I feel like if they concentrated more on products that people are actually asking for, because there's quite a few products that people are asking for that Colourpop just hasn't done yet, because they keep on running on this train of, we got to do more quads, we got to push more eyeshadow that people just don't need anymore. Like, do you really need a quad that's 2 shimmers and 2 browns? Don't you have that 10 times over in your collection? People want to see more because they're tired of the same old boring collections from them, and people are thinking that they're duping themselves. So that's the first thing. And basically, I said that they need to release more staple products that people are asking for. So what I'm saying that they should release is that when they come out with a new complexion product, don't just do a tinted moisturizer and a primer. I mean, the Pretty Fresh line is amazing. I think that they do eyeshadow palettes, complexion products like liquid products, and lipsticks amazingly. They end up being my favorite. I love their foundations. I mean, their eyeshadows are beautiful. And their lip products are just some of my holy grail favorite lip products. They're just so comfortable on the lips. I feel like where they struggle is other powder products. And I noticed that their blush formula changes a lot, which I don't really like. It should be consistent throughout the line. Like, but we'll get into that later. So let me just put this one on. So stop releasing so many products and collections when you already have good staple products. Like, for me, what I think that they should do is when they come out with a complexion product, they shouldn't just release a tinted moisturizer and a concealer. They should release a powder or a loose powder. And then that would be like, I feel like people will go for that more than another collection with 2 blushes, a highlighter, and an eyeshadow palette that people are getting sick of. And they think that it's just money grabs for Colourpop at this point, which, let's get real, it pretty much is. But I feel like if they released more of the boring stuff, I think they would do a lot better. So, like, they haven't come out with a pressed powder or a loose powder in a couple of years. They haven't done a pressed powder or a loose powder since the No Filter foundation came out, and that was their first foundation. So I find it a little bit weird that they didn't decide to come out with a powder for the Pretty Fresh collection, or, like, you know, more products expanding on that line. And what I really didn't get about that line is that, I mean, it's a great line, but the fact that the Pretty Fresh concealer is way more full coverage than than you would expect it to be. Because when I first got that concealer and I tried it out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like it's going to be a more hydrating concealer than the No Filter one, because that's what everybody was thinking. I mean, I wasn't the only one that thought it was going to be more hydrating. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm going to flip out right now. Why is it every time I want to do something, that's when everybody has to friggin' text to me? It's so friggin' annoying. Okay, so anyway, I can't sometimes. It drives me insane. So anyway, let me go back to my phone. So people were thinking that the Pretty Fresh concealer was going to be a lighter coverage version of the No Filter concealer. And when I got it and I tried it out with the Tinted Moisturizer, I'm like, wow, this is a lot more full coverage than I thought it was going to be. So I think that they need to release a lighter version of their concealer. Like, do that and then release a pressed powder and a loose powder. And I think that that should be the expansion of the line. Because people love that Pretty Fresh line. I mean, let's get real. I don't think I've seen one person that doesn't like the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer or the foundation. They're both amazing on the skin. So, yeah, so annoying. Okay, so I basically already touched on that they need to stop releasing so many 5 pans and 4 pans, because they're more expensive than the 9 pans like this, and people prefer the 9 pans from them. A lot of people aren't liking the 5 pans and the 4 pans from them. Actually, what I've noticed is that people are more into the quads than they are with 5 pans. I understand who quads are for. It's for somebody that only wears like 3 to 4 eyeshadows a day, wears the same 4 eyeshadows a day. I get that. I used to be like that. I used to have 4 shadows from MAC, and that's what I would wear every single day growing up and all of that. So, I get that. But the fact that that's what they keep on doing is what gets repetitive and boring. And the same thing with the 5 pans. I've been seeing a more negative response to those than the quads because there is a market for people that want quads. But with the 5 pans, I mostly see people saying, who's asking for these? And like most people are like not liking them. They say that the quality's not as good as the 9 pans. I've been seeing more people liking the quads more, and I guess it's better quality. I mean, I don't really know. I'm never going to get the 5 pans or the 4 pans, but they are more expensive. They're like $10 to $12 when you could get a 9 pan like this for a few more dollars and get more shades. This would be a great basic neutral palette for pretty much anyone. I almost dropped it. So why not get this over one of the quads? So, but I understand some people, like, even this is like too much for them. Like they get overwhelmed and they're not sure what to use, and that's obviously up to them. And I get they try to appeal to all different types of makeup lovers and consumers. They're very good at that. But for people that have been a fan of the brand for years, they're definitely not the same brand anymore. I mean, they are bringing back Super Shock shadows and lippy sticks, which a lot of people are excited for, but they know that those products are going to sell because those were their staple products for a long time. Sorry, Debbie's texting me. She's messaging me because I sent her something and she might try it out in her live tomorrow. So we're just coordinating. Okay, so anyway, let's keep on going. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to use a glitter glue today, to be honest, because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just going to throw on my favorite shimmer in the palette, which is called Cocoa Crush. And this is the Super Shock formula. I love the pressed Super Shocks in the palettes. They always end up being the only Super Shocks that I use now. But they are so beautiful and metallic. But this shade's like on another level. They should have made this shade like a single Super Shock because it's amazing. Like, look how shiny that is. Oh, it's so dang pretty. So dang pretty. Yeah, you don't even need a glitter glue for this. It pretty much... Oh, no problem. Well, yeah, I was thinking about, since tomorrow's Thursday, it's try it out Thursday. So now I'm just going to... Hello, my lady. How are you? Talking about your favorite brand ever. I don't know why it's taking me so much concentration to do my lid shade, but this is where we are. Wow, how rude. How rude. I'm actually talking about the things I don't like about Colourpop, so I thought you'd be a little bit interested. That is getting all over my crease, but it's such a pretty shade. That's what happens when you don't use a glitter glue. I'm talking about the things I don't like about what they launched. But people are asking for bronzers, they're asking for liquid eyeshadows, they're asking for other products. Like, nobody needs another eyeshadow quad. We all have that in our collections at this point. So it is weird to me that they haven't released a bronzer since this collection. Since the Going Coconuts collection is the last time that they released a powder bronzer. That was like almost a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Because I didn't get the Going Coconuts palette until a few months after it was released. So, and I've been seeing people asking for them to reformulate their liquid eyeshadows and bring those back. Those would be fun and interesting. Stop releasing the same damn things. Nobody wants it anymore. I mean, of course, there's always going to be someone that buys it, but I feel like with the astrology collection, it was already done. Yeah, they do. That's the thing, is that why is it that people discontinue the best products? But for me, I've never been a huge fan of their eyeliners. There are other brands of eyeliners that I like more. I love the Maybelline Skinny liners and I love the Marc Jacobs liners. And I know those are two different price ranges, but I've always thought that the Colourpop eyeliners have been too harsh on my waterline. So that's why I've never really been a fan of them. They're good and they're pigmented, but I just find them to be so uncomfortable to apply that it kind of like, doesn't make me love the experience of using them. Sometimes I dread using them because I don't like the way that they feel, but they do have a great color range and they have multiple options and they have some beautiful colors. So all right, so what else do I want to talk about? Let me just pop on my brow bone highlights. Yeah, even the older formula, it was definitely, I felt like they lasted longer, but they still they weren't as pointy, but I still didn't love how they felt on my waterline. They weren't as gentle as like the Maybelline Skinny liners, which are my favorite push-up liners. Yeah, because obviously then it would be more pigmented, but I just feel like it's too pointed, and I feel like it would be pigmented enough if the point wasn't so sharp, because they glide on beautifully. I just don't like, yeah, exactly. It's cheaper more cheaply packaged. So now I'm just gonna use Shredded on the brow bone. God, these eyeshadows are getting everywhere. By the way, Debbie, I got 3 orders in today from Beauty Bay, Colourpop, and Ulta. So I have a lot of new makeup to try out. But I'm going to save those for this weekend. I really just wanted to do this video today. I was just going to make it a video, but I was like, why not make it a live? Okay, so I'm just going to, God, that really did transfer a shit ton. So let's just fix that a little bit, and then we'll keep on talking about Colourpop, because I know it's Debbie's favorite topic ever in the world. Honestly, wasn't even that expensive, because Beauty Bay is really, really affordable. I only paid $25. Colourpop was like $50, but I use Afterpay, and then Ulta was like $50. So it wasn't that bad. I only bought from Ulta because I wanted to try the new Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, and they were having a $15 off $50. So I was like, that sounds like a pretty good deal. So, but I mostly just made the order to get the concealer. All right, so let me just wipe up this fallout, and then we'll do some of the face. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let me just grab my Tinted Moisturizer. That's what I'm going to use today. And then I think I'm going to use the Pretty Fresh Concealer. And I think I have my liner already, hopefully. I'm pretty sure it's already there. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so now what else do we want to talk about with Colourpop? Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, they're already putting Christmas products out. At least Colourpop's not doing that. Oh my God, I hate when companies do that. Like Too Faced already has their Christmas palette out, the cinnamon bun one. Like, really? I'm like, we need Christmas in August? Sorry, I just need to blow my nose. Okay. It's too much for me. I don't like anything Christmas until like November. Yeah, that is true. It is better for the people that need gifts before Christmas. I do get that. And I'm just like, I don't want to think about Christmas until November. That's just me, though. Sorry, guys. Blowing my nose. Give me a second. Okay. So anyway, so what next? What next? Already killing the eyeshadow quad trend. Yeah, I feel like once Halloween is over, then I'm like, okay, it's November. I feel like we're into the winter months already. So then I'm like, it's okay. And then Halloween, same thing, but I don't like it starting until like the end of September. Then I'm like, okay, I get it. So people can prepare to get their Halloween decorations and stuff. Because some people are very last minute about everything. So I understand that. Okay, so I talked about the eyeliners already. Stop duping themselves. Come out with powder bronzers. I already talked about the complexion line. I touched on a lot of stuff already. I thought I was just rambling. Okay. So now I'm going to prime. Use my MAC Fix Plus Cucumber. Then I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Primer. This one I wasn't... It's good. But I should have messaged Colourpop and told them that I think that they gave me an older one. And they should have given me my money back or sent me a new one. And the thing is that at this point, Colourpop should be able to do that. Because again, they are not a small indie brand anymore. They're Colourpop. They have their own separate factory. They're a huge brand at this point. Even though people still say that they're an indie brand, I'm like, no, they're a mainstream brand at this point. So now I'm just going to use the, love you. See you later. Have fun. Thank you for coming. Bye. I'm using the shade Fair 2W, and I'm just going to pop that on. My favorite tinted moisturizer. This product got a lot of hype for good reason. I almost didn't buy it, and then I bought it last year, and it was like my most used face product last year because we were all wearing masks. So it's like this was the perfect like day-to-day product for me. I'm gonna take a little bit more right up here, just like that. Where's my sponge? I did see that palette, but I don't know. I don't know what Fenty Beauty's really doing right now. I feel like the past few launches since the cream glosses, which are amazing, I really don't know what they're doing with the brand right now. I do see, I think the palette's really pretty, and I was kind of interested in it. But then I was looking at the comments of people saying that the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow formula is mediocre, and I would agree. I don't think it's a great formula. I've tried it. I had one of the Snap Shadow palettes, and I would have to say that Colourpop's formula is way better than Fenty Beauty's. I like most of Fenty's other products. Again, their lip products are amazing. Their glosses are my all-time favorite glosses, the gloss bombs. But the palette is really, it's really pretty. But I'm more interested in the face palette that's in the photo. People were thinking that it was a dual-sided palette, but it's not. It looks like it's a separate face palette. I thought it would be like a dual-sided one with like the eyeshadows on one side and then the face products on the other side, but I am interested in the face products, so we'll see. I'm gonna have to see reviews on it first, but I'm probably not gonna get that palette since I just got 2 today in the mail, so yeah. Okay, so people are saying that they should reformulate their liquid eyeshadows, because they haven't done bronzers or liquid eyeshadows since the, I'm going to use the Pretty Fresh concealer. They haven't done liquid eyeshadows in like a couple of years, or loose pigments. If they brought back some of those, they would be able to make it trendy again, because enough people know who they are. They know, again, that they would probably be good products for a good price. That I feel like people would be more interested in that, because I see people commenting on some of their posts when they launch like a new collection. They say bring back the liquid eyeshadows. I don't see as much people asking for pigments, but their pigments are beautiful. I was not really a huge fan of their liquid eyeshadows. They weren't very good. I thought that the Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadows were still the best at that time, when everybody was basically making a dupe for the Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadows, because those were amazing. But ever since that, for Stila has not been able to come out with a hit product since those liquid eyeshadows. But Colourpop jumped on the trend and released a liquid eyeshadow like everybody else did. But they weren't that good. They were more liquidy. They weren't like as blinding as you think they would be. I saw that already. I'm not really interested in it though. And I just got a Beauty Bay order today, so. It kind of looks like kid makeup to me. That's why I ordered the Tinkerbell collection, because I thought that collection was beautiful. So I have enough Disney crap now. So anyway, people think that they should reformulate the liquid eyeshadows, and I think that would be a good move for them. And I thought that the liquid eyeshadows from Kathleen Light's Zodiac collection were way better than the ones in the regular line. I don't know why hers were better, but they were more pigmented and they were beautiful on the lids. Yeah, he's barking outside my door. I don't really know why. I think they're getting fed right now. So they get super excited to get their food. Or my mom was going downstairs and Luna was freaking out, because Luna freaks out when my mom goes in the basement. Even though we have a finished basement, she still freaks out. So then Watson starts barking because Luna starts barking. Okay, so we covered the liquid eyeshadows, but they really should release a range of powder bronzers and pressed powders and loose powders. I think that that would be something really smart for them to do. And then I do want to talk about some hidden gem products. I think that they should come out with a eye primer as well. I really am surprised that they haven't really done one, or maybe they have and I'm just missing it, but I don't think they have an eye primer, so that's why I couldn't use an eye primer in today's video. And I don't have the no filter powder anymore. And honestly, I've been waiting to see if they would ever do another loose powder. So I'm just going to use my Becca powder today. The loose powder, the no filter powder was good. It actually reminded me a lot of the Becca powder. But this one's really good too. God, your girl is tired. I went to sleep late last night. I don't know why. I stayed up late. You know, it's really funny that I had more people on late at night than I do midday. It's just so weird. YouTube is so weird sometimes, or they just don't tell anybody that you're live. It's all right. Maybe I should have just done it as a video. But it's fine. Okay, so now I'm just gonna set my face. Yeah, exactly. I think that they're better at that than most mainstream brands. Like, the one palette that I have a really big problem with right now is the Urban Decay Cyber palette. Who is that going to suit besides people with fair skin tones? That looks like such a disappointing palette to me. It does fit the Naked line, but I watched Angelica Niquis's video yesterday on reviewing it just so I could see the actual swatches of the shimmer shades, and none of them are really that duochrome at all. I'd be like, how could you, why would you pay $50 for a palette that, like, doesn't even do what it's supposed to? Like, I know people have been saying Urban Decay needs to drop the Naked line, all of that. But for me, I don't have a problem with the Naked line. That's not my problem. And I think that every palette that they have come out with has been on brand for the Naked line. What I don't understand is, why is it you're mismarketing this palette? The outside packaging is gorgeous, but it's too light. And yes, the Naked palettes used to be more shimmers than mattes, but these days people want a palette that they can use every single day. And that's what the Naked palettes used to be, is that would be the palette that you would get to use on a daily basis. They knew that people, and that's why the basic Naked palettes sell better than their newer ones still, because people are still buying the Naked palettes. Because those are good palettes. I love the Naked one. The Naked Heat, the Naked Honey is my favorite. But ever since Naked Honey, I don't think the formula has been the same anymore. But I didn't really pick up any Naked palettes last year. I didn't want the ultraviolet because I even understood why they made the ultraviolet palette, because they wanted to make color more wearable. And I get that. And I almost bought that palette, but then I looked at it and I was just like, it's just not practical for me. But I can't say that I'm not intrigued by the Naked palettes every time they come out with one. But I feel like Urban Decay has kind of lost their way, kind of like Colourpop. But the difference is that Colourpop is way more affordable than buying a $50 palette these days. So I don't know. I just used the Colourpop Bambi liner in the shade Meadow on my waterline. And now we're going to talk about some hidden gems. So this, one of my favorite products Colourpop has ever come out with. This is my go-to everyday mascara. This is the Colourpop Act Natural Defining Mascara. I love this mascara, and no one talks about it. They put this in the mystery bag recently, and I'm so excited that I'm able to get a backup of it in there because I love this mascara, and I would have repurchased it once this gets dried out. So I'm super excited that it's going to be in the mystery box. But I was seeing some influencers talk about it after they got it in the mystery bag, and they were like, I don't think I've ever tried this mascara, or I don't remember how I feel about it. And then once they try it, they're like, wow, this mascara is so good. And I'm like, yeah, I've been using it for months. It's amazing. It just does such a good job of lengthening your lashes. And it's a natural mascara, but it makes your lashes long. So I use it all the time on a daily basis. And I love this mascara. So I'm super excited that it's in the mystery box. I don't know why this mascara didn't do as well as the BFF one. Probably because it got lost in the mix of having way too many other launches. Like when they released the BFF mascara, they didn't release something else until like a few weeks later. Now it's like they released this, and then 2 days later, they're already launching some big collection, and this falls by the wayside. And that's why people didn't know about this mascara. And I'm like, it's so good. So that's that. Let me just do my bottom lashes real quick. We're almost done doing my makeup. I'm so tired, though. I really did not get enough sleep last night. And we were at the vet for so long that I didn't get to do anything I wanted to do today. So I wanted to go on a live before it got too late. So I love the volumizing mascara. What's the other ones? Let me just look at my list. I love the blush and highlight sticks and the Just a Tint lip balms. I'm going to grab a couple of those in a second. I just want to do my inner corners real quick. So I'm just going to use this lighter shade right here on my inner corners. Well, thank you, Justice, for being here. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you shared the live out at all, but it's okay. I'm just going to use the shade Palm Reader on my inner corners. I probably already said that, but I'm saying it again as I get shimmer literally everywhere. And that shade is Pigmented. But also, I'm not that excited about their new 30 pan palette called It's a Mood. Some people are saying on the post this is the first palette that I've been interested in from Colourpop in a while, and I'm like, it's literally the So Jaded palette, just disguised in neutral packaging. And then one person commented and said, oh, so this is why they discontinued the So Jaded palette. Thank you. Well, I probably would have gotten more people here, but that's okay. I probably should have reminded people that I'm live now. I mean, I made a story like 2 hours ago saying that I was going to go live later. So it's whatever. I just went on to kill time because, you know, I'm not really doing anything today. I'm really tired. So yeah, I love the stick blushes and highlights and the Just a Tint lip balms. The lip balms came out, I think, a little bit after the sticks did. And again, the sticks were overlooked by people because then they ended up releasing like a couple of other collections and nobody realized that I'm using the wrong brush, that the sticks were so good, because they really are. They're like my favorite stick blush and highlight products. And I don't really have really that many stick products in my collection, but honestly, I don't really need any more because I love those. I think they're really, really good. But again, people don't really know that because they get distracted by too much crap that they release. And I'm not afraid to say that it's crap because some of the stuff is really not that great. And I'm just like, no, people need to try these things over these other things. And it's just like a little bit annoying sometimes because I'm like, their other products are so good. Okay, so let me just grab those really quick. I think my other Just a Tint lip balms are in my bag because I use them so much. Okay, we're almost done. I'm just going to do my blush, bronzer, and highlight with one product that I'm not that crazy about from Colourpop, and I didn't mention it yet because I wanted to talk about it while I was using it, and then we'll talk about my hidden gems at the end. So I'm going to use one of the cheek quads, and this is in the shade Sugar Frosted. So it comes with 3 blushes and 1 highlighter. And I was excited for this, but I can't say I really like it that much. It is such cheap I mean, the packaging's okay, but when I look at the products inside, they just look cheap to me. Like they're not really properly cut in the pan. They swatch very powdery, almost like non-existent swatches when you do swatch them, but they are nice on the face. But they are extremely powdery. They are not the same quality as their usual blushes and highlights are. I can tell that these feel cheaper. It is pretty, but they're very powdery. So I'm going to use this darkest shade today as my bronzer because I don't really use this one as a blush. And the only bronzer, you know what? I'm going to use, I'm going to use the bronzer that I usually use. I love this bronzer, so I'm just going to use it. And this is another one of their best powder bronzers. I don't even know if they have this anymore, but this is Private Party. As you can see, I've used it a ton. And I'm going to use that as my bronzer. And then we'll use the, and it's super pigmented. Holy crap. And then we'll use the quad for my blush and highlight. But I might as well use the bronzer that I love because I love this bronzer. How many times can I say that? And then we'll get into the quad in a second. I used to not be a bronzer person, and then like I feel like it adds so much life to my face. Because I thought since I was fair, I was like, oh, I don't need bronzer. It's gonna make me look like an orange. Like an orange. Jesus, Caitlin. And then I started using it and I love it, so. Now I can't get enough bronzer. Okay. So we're gonna go into the quad. And I'm gonna mix these two blushes together because these are really nice everyday colors. So I was really excited to get it. And then it's like so dang powdery. And you kind of feel that the quality is a little bit different when you apply them as well. But like I can see like how much had come up from the pan after I dipped my brush in. Like I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a lot of kick up. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad product because it is a good product. But I just don't think it's the same quality as their blushes usually are. Which was a bit weird because, I mean, yes, they are putting it in a face palette, and I was really excited for them to do face palettes, but I just feel like they kind of downgraded the quality now, and they used to not be like that. It used to be like you're getting great quality for a great price, and that's why they were so popular in the first place. And I'm also going to use the highlighter in here too. I think I said that already. By the way, I'm also using most of their brushes in this video. I love their brushes. Their brushes are so good. The softest brushes I've ever used. And they're so affordable. Alright, so I'm just going to use my Colourpop highlighting brush. And I'm going to take this highlighter in here. It's called Jelly Roll. Yeah, it is. But I think in the Tinkerbell collection, the quality is going to be what people are expecting because it's a Disney collab. I feel like with their own products, they're not making the quality the same as they used to. All right, I'm going to use my fingers for this. I think it was a mistake for them to put Super Shock highlighters in these quads because they're not going to hold up as well. They should have made this a pressed powder highlighter because it would have been stunning. Not that this isn't pretty. I mean, it is really pretty, but like I can't use it with a brush. I have to use it with my fingers or I don't get like any payoff. And let me see what it looks like. It's just like not really there. Like it's really not as like poppin' as their highlighters usually are. And I usually get super excited for their highlights because their highlights are beautiful. But I noticed that there hasn't really been a highlighter that I've fallen in love from Colourpop in a while. I did like the Barbie one. That one was good. But since then, I haven't really been crazy about their highlighters. So I do think that they need to do a better job with those as well. Okay, so that's that. So we'll be done very soon. I'm just going to set my face with my no filter spray. Sorry, your girl is still hungry. I feel like I don't have anything to wipe my hands anymore. It looks so dark out. Like it's going to storm any minute. We're getting the remnants of the hurricane that hit Louisiana. So we're supposed to get a lot of thunderstorms tonight. So I went live at the perfect time. Okay. And now I'm just going to set my brows with my Brow Boss gel from Colourpop, which I also love. I don't know if I'm just going to put on a lip oil today rather than using a lipstick because I might be really, really lazy. I was just going to use my go-to lipstick, What's Your Sign? But I might just do a lip oil. Decisions. Decisions. Let's see real quick. All right, we'll use What's Your Sign. That's what I wanted to use anyway. I could just use a lip oil on top. All right, I'm not going to use a lip liner. I'm just going to go in with it. And I have to talk about their lip glosses real quick. Sorry, it takes me forever in a day to put a lipstick on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Oh, still my favorite. Love this color. And then I'm going to put the Skinny Dip lip oil on top. Just to add a little shine. Oh, yes. Perfection. Oh, I love these lip oils. They're so good. Like, if you don't want something glossy and sticky, oh, these are so amazing. You don't feel that stickiness as you would with a lipstick. Okay. So that's pretty much it for my look. This is my full face using Colourpop. I think I've done a face like this on a previous live, probably a little while back. But I just wanted to say, I'm going to talk about the hidden gems in a minute, but I don't love their glosses. I haven't loved their glosses since they did their first round of glosses when they had a regular doe foot applicator. I thought those were good, but I've never been like a huge fan of their glosses. I've always thought that they were very thick. Like the first round of glosses, like I said, they were pretty good. But then they changed the applicator to a brush applicator, and then I didn't like them. Because with the brush applicators, it applies it way thicker. And it also makes the gloss to be very streaky if you try to wear it over a lipstick. Like you would either have to wear it by itself, or why is this driving me nuts with my lipstick right now? Yeah, that's way better. Or you have to wear it by itself, but even when I wore it by itself, it still felt too thick with a brush applicator. So I didn't love that. And then when they reformulated the glosses and came out with the Luxe glosses, I didn't love those either. They were still too thick. The only gloss that I like from the Luxe glosses is the one from the ones from the Bambi collection. I did get the shade Bambi or Thumper or something, and that one's actually really nice. I don't know if they had changed the formula for that because it was a Disney one. So I have hair on my lips. What is going on? I can feel it on my lips. Oh my God. Can I just finish alive? Jesus. Okay. So anyway, I don't love their glosses. I think that they're Just a Tint lip balms and their blush and highlight sticks are amazing. And I feel like more people don't really know about these products. But I think that these sticks are so good. They're just very creamy. They last a long time on the skin. They blend out beautifully. Like, look how pretty that is. It just like goes on like a regular blush to me. And I love this. I've used this a ton. And then the highlighters, the highlighting sticks are beautiful. I think that this is better than the highlighters that are in these quads. Oh, they're so good. Look at that. That's so pretty. They're just so creamy, and they feel like a cream to powder type of formula, similar to their Super Shocks. These are so good, and like no one really talked about them that much, but again, they got lost in the swing. These are all really, really good, like the highlighters and the blushes. And then the tinted lip balms, I think they're definitely, the Just a Tint lip balms, I think are definitely more talked about than these blush sticks, but these came out a little bit earlier before the blush sticks came out, or maybe afterwards. You guys know I absolutely love the lip crayons. They are so, so good. They're hydrating, so easy to wear on the lips. You don't have to worry about wearing a lipstick if you're not a daily lipstick wearer. And it has more color payoff than a gloss. So comfortable on the lips. It's so easy to throw on, and they are so nice and comfortable on the lips. So I absolutely love the Just a Tint lip balms. And actually the Serum Cheek Dew blushes, I actually really like the darker colors. This is the only one that I have. This one's from the Cherry collection, and I think more people know about these, but most people say that they're not very good. But I saw Angelica Niquez's video on trying like the darker colors, and she said that the darker colors apply better. And she said that she wasn't really a fan of the lighter colors, but the darker colors were definitely more pigmented and applied better than the lighter ones. So I do really like the their liquid blushes. I mean, I'm not really a huge liquid blush person at all, but I really wanted to try one of theirs, because of course I have to try every single formula from them, and this is actually really nice. So I like that. And then the last product that I, again, feel like is kind of getting overlooked because they're releasing too much crap is the Glossy Lip Stains. These have quickly become my favorite lip product from them. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that these are perfect. They're like a perfect hybrid of a liquid lipstick and a gloss, because they're a glossy lip stain. So it's basically like a liquid lipstick, but it's lighter than a liquid lipstick. Like, it's even lighter than most like lipsticks that are just a liquid lipstick that's not a matte one. And they're so, so comfortable on the lips and so hydrating that I have been loving these. These have been my go-to lip products for the summertime, and I wear these almost every time I go to my friend's house, when I go like to barbecues with my friends, or if I'm like going to work. This is just such an easy lip product to wear, and it's so comfortable, and it's pigmented, and it just feels so nice on the lips. I really thought that these were going to be like very staining, meaning that they were going to dry down and they were going to be a little like more uncomfortable on the lips, but these literally, I don't even feel like I'm wearing anything, and they are so good. So I feel like they are just underhyped because, again, they're just releasing too much crap. Okay, and then the last thing, which I don't have in my collection, but a lot of people are saying that they want them to bring back these eyeshadows, and I definitely agree. Besides pigments and liquid eyeshadows, I really think that they should do more of the Jelly Much eyeshadows. But I think I know why they haven't done more of those, is because those dry out really fast, but they are so, so beautiful. But they dry out in like a few months. But it is so worth it because they are so gorgeous on the lid. And that was like such a beautiful product, but they didn't last as long as the Super Shock shadows do. And I used to have 2 of them, but yeah, glitter liners would be so much fun too. They kind of do have glitter liners, like metallic ones for the waterline, so they kind of already have those, but not like liquid glitter liners. They only have matte liquid liners. But that would be really fun too. So that's basically all I wanted to say. I think I'm going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I wish that more people were here. Thank you, Justice and Debbie, for stopping in. Again, people can just watch the replay and comment below. Let me know what you guys think about Colourpop. Do you hate them? Do you like them? Are they your favorite brand? Are there things that you're noticing about the brand that has been changing? I just wanted to tell you guys what I observed about the brand and what I've been noticing, and they're definitely not the same brand that they used to be. I'm going to yank open my Tinkerbell package now because I'm so excited to look at the products. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I don't think there's anything else I left out. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, love you guys. Bye.